Good evening. We are Team FaboForce from India Gurgaon. Myself Samir and I have with me my friend Abhidya, and we would be presenting this case on global distribution and the problems faced by this company. Some case facts to begin with. The company has been set up almost 10 years ago. The company has 20 distribution centers in 3 different cities. This is one company that can actually boast of a state-of-the-art infrastructure when it comes to inventory management system. It has a very sophisticated stocking and piling up equipment setup. Optimized inventory management is something which the company believes in and is following with the help of its DRP system. Route optimization is also done by this company in a very efficient way so that it reduces its inventory carrying cost and the inventory transshipment cost. As a result of all these measures, the company has seen an increase by 3 times in its revenue over the past 10 years. The DRP system, as I already mentioned earlier, is very efficient. The sales team, as a result of the very encouraging performances over the past 10 years, has come up with a variety of offerings across the spectrum for the company. The focus of the company traditionally has been on reducing the transportation costs, as the company believes that because of the fact that 38% of the variable costs are attributed to by the transportation costs. By reducing these costs, the company can actually increase its operating profit margin. One drawback or one problem that the company has been facing traditionally is that its sales forecasts have not been very accurate. So this has been a historical problem for them. Now coming down to the actual problem in the case, some of the indicators that the company officials were observing, there was a huge variation in the forecasted demand and the demand actually met by the company. The sales forecast currently have been only 20% accurate, and of late the company has been incurring huge inventory costs. Now these can be divided into 2 different costs. The first cost was transshipment of inventory from one distribution center to the second. So as a result of this, additional inventory carrying cost was being incurred. Secondly, a lot of dismantling and reassembling of the finished goods was being done so as to cater to a very steep spike in the demand in one particular distribution centers. And so this was also a reason for incurring additional costs. As a result of all of these factors mentioned above, the company now has its revenue equal to its inventory. So what is the challenge before the company now? One, to reduce the inventory cost. Second, to reduce its transportation cost. And third, which is maintain customer service while keeping in mind the first 2 factors mentioned above. Before we actually move on to the question and answers in the case, let us consider the assumptions that we have made while answering these questions. The first assumption is that only retail inventory is being considered. We have assumed that the company is dealing only in retail products and these retail products are forwarded from the distribution center to the retailers. The second is that there has been no deterioration in the inventory management system over the years. That means the transportation system, the means and the modes of transportation used are as efficient as they were earlier, and there has been no let up or no loosening in these services. And finally, no new warehouses have been added during the course of these past 10 years. So let us begin with the question and answers. The first question is, what is the problem with globe distribution and is globe distribution growing too rapidly? The problem is twofold. I think we have spoken a lot about this, that there has been a very fundamental problem in trying to forecast the demand, and the demand has always outpaced or let's say has fallen short of the forecast. As a result of this, what is happening is that the company is facing a stockpile of inventory in some distribution centers, whereas there have been stockouts in some other distribution centers. Also, the fact that company is facing inflexible production, the company has inflexible production, it is not able to adjust its production cycle with these very sharp variation in demand. So coming down to the second part of the question, is the company growing too rapidly? No, we do not actually believe that, because had that been the case, then the company would have faced a severe shortage of resources, in materials and also in skilled manpower, but that has not been the case and there has been no mention about this in the case. Secondly, the existing distribution centers would not have been able to handle the additional variety and additional volume of product had the company been growing too rapidly. But again, because of the fact that the company distribution sectors have been able to take the excess load with them, we do not believe that the company has been growing very rapidly. Now I would request my friend Abhidnya to take over from here.
Thanks, Samir. Now the next question is that do they have too many product offerings? Now we feel that at least prima facie, the number of offerings is not an issue. The key issue is still the poor demand forecasting as mentioned earlier. Now reducing the offerings will do three things. It will impact the sales volumes negatively, it will impact the revenues which are already taking a hit as we can see from the last year, and also it will be difficult to get rid of the existing stockpile of these products that we are going to curtail. Hence we feel that they should not be done, but however, if after the analysis of the demand, if we feel that certain products are causing too much of a cross product cannibalization, that is are affecting the sales of other products, or if there is a potential demand distortion occurring due to certain products, that is their own demand is too much fluctuating or they are causing fluctuations in demands of other products, then those specific products perhaps we could curtail so as to reduce the demand fluctuations and to provide an accurate sales forecast or a demand forecast. But our first preference or the first focus should still be on providing the right quantity to the right place at the right time. Now, does Globe need to purchase a better forecasting system so that they can better predict customer demand? Now, this is the most crucial point I feel that needs to be taken care of. The existing system does not even have a 20% accuracy, which is highly poor. The old system was quite state of the art, but as we can see that the sales volume has exponentially increased over the last 10 years, and also we are providing more variety. This has actually not been factored into the old system, and hence it is not being able to predict even the degree of the demand or not follow the crest and troughs of the demand. It is providing too much of a smoothened picture, as you can see from the graph. Also from our research, we found out that the inventory turnover rate, when the size of the firm increases, the inventory turnover rate should actually improve. Hence, the amount of inventory or the time which they are in the warehouse or distribution center should reduce. But as we can clearly see here that the percentage of inventory to sales is continuously rising. So I feel that there is something fundamentally wrong in the demand forecasting model that they are using, and due to that the demand is not being met, and there is also a rise in customer dissatisfaction, which is ultimately making the sales turnover take a hit. Now next the question is that why are transportation costs increasing when Globe is using a state-of-the-art transportation system? Now the system currently being used by Globe is still state-of-the-art because the material handling there are no material handling issues, or there is no issue with cost, there is no issue with transportation being done inefficiently, or trucking or shipping problems. The key problems are still with poor sales forecasting. Now, since the wrong data is being supplied via improper sales forecasting, there is needed a lot of inter-warehouse shipments to be made, because the wrong amount of product is being supplied to the wrong place at the wrong time, but quite efficiently, ironically, and hence we are having the problem of multiplication of this transportation cost due to a lot of inter-warehouse shipments. The Globe distribution uses a cross-docking system, hence the priority customers need to be supplied their products pronto. Hence, when there is a stock out like situation, or when the inventory is less at a warehouse, they even might have to use alternate means to transport adequate goods there, which might further spiral their cost. Hence, there is an additional cost burden regarding transportation, despite the system being inherently efficient. Now, the next question is that why do you think that the inventory and stock outs are both increasing? Now, inventory surplus and stock outs are actually contradictory, but still they are both increasing, because again the issue behind it is the same: poor demand forecasting. Since we are supplying the wrong product at the wrong center in the wrong quantity, what is happening is that wherever the demand is there, actually, whenever there is a demand spike, the right amount is not present, and hence, on the other hand, at some places where the demand is very low, we are supplying a huge quantity, and an inventory surplus is being generated. Hence, both stockouts and inventories are rising. Now, via the trans warehouse or the inter warehouse shipments, and the reworking, disassembling and the reassembling of jobs at the production center, we are able to partially alleviate this problem, but it is only a stopgap solution, it is not a permanent solution. And hence we are facing the issue of larger stockouts, which is in turn affecting the customer perception and the customer satisfaction. And hence we are seeing that in the last year our sales also took a hit and is now equal to our inventory. Hence we feel that both of them are rising in tandem due to these reasons. Now our recommendation for globe distribution are as follows. As said throughout the presentation, the key issue is the flawed demand forecasting model. We feel that a new model should be used, a new system should be purchased, which considers the impact of the increased sales of the firm, that is the economy of scale as mentioned before, and it also considers the cross product cannibalization in decision making, in making the decisions that it makes. Also, I feel that there should be point of sales data integration, so that the point of sale data could be used on a daily or an hourly basis to predict the demand rather than the current 2-week time frame that is being used. And also there should be a forward ERP integration as well as better coordination with the suppliers, so that there is a harmony between the production and the distribution departments, so that the production departments knows what to produce in what quantity, so that the distribution department is able to deliver it efficiently without causing the stock out of the inventory problems as mentioned previously. Also, we feel that there should be an improved coordination between the sales and the operations team and the distribution team. We are clearly seeing that the sales department is not in sync with what the distribution can actually provide, and it is providing continuously a flawed picture via its inappropriate or the inaccurate demand forecast, which are quite different from what actually is happening. And hence we feel that there should be a better planning, a live data sharing between them, so that they could make dynamic decision making via a live stream of data that all of them receive, and hence they could all predict the demand properly and also gear up the distribution so that it could supply these products, and the production so that it could produce them efficiently. Now the last point that we have not mentioned in the case, but we feel that there is a lot of interchangeability in the products that are being produced by them. Hence they could be disassembled and reassembled and reworked to meet the shortfall in demand or the excess demand that was being caused. So in order to meet that, we should move from the current made to stock sort of system to a more made to order or assembled to order system, at least partially, so that our production system is more flexible. And since the demand variations are here to stay because they are quite affected by external factors, our production system could be, if flexible, then more geared towards meeting those demands efficiently, and hence we would avoid the problems that we are currently facing, and also will be able to reduce the high levels of inventory while maintaining customer satisfaction. Now this is the reference that we use for our research regarding the economies of scale and the effects on inventory turnover rate, etc., etc. And thank you.